We're doing this problem. It's a 1-1 to 1-3 review. There's elements of a lot of it. So go ahead, give it a try. Okay, so let's talk about this one. Give me this thing. Yes, let's get rid of that thing. There we go. All right, so domain of F, domain. Remember, domain describes the X interval over which the function exists. So what are we looking for there?
Negative infinity to positive infinity.
Yep. It goes from X equals negative infinity all the way to X equals positive infinity. So we say negative infinity to infinity for that one. Okay, how about the range? Yep. Lowest value is negative infinity. Highest value reaches is 4. So we know it's from negative infinity to 4 with a bracket because that 4 is a part of the range. If it wasn't, then we put 4 with the parentheses. All right, how about the zeros? What's another term for 0?
X-intercept.
Yep, the x-intercepts. So only x-intercept is right there. It's definitely a little bit to the right of 1. On a test, I wouldn't give you one that was you had to guess for. It would be at a value. So it's roughly equal to 1. It's approximately 1. You'd say approximately 1.1. But if it crossed like that, it would be at -2. Okay. So roughly 1.1. F of 0, how about that? F of 0 is -1. Remember that says if x is 0, y equals what? So at x equals 0 right here, our y value is -1. So -1. Okay, that's what that means. All right, how about the next one? Intervals over which f is increasing. We can do increasing, decreasing, and constant all at the same time in a sense, right? Yeah. So remember, this is all as we go left to right. What's happening to my y values? So as I traverse left to right here, what's happening?
It's increasing.
It's increasing there. What's happening right here?
Constant.
It's constant. What's happening in the next one? So what color should I do it in?
Yellow.
Yellow again. It's increasing until there, right? As we go left to right. And then once we go past that high point there, it is decreasing. So we have 2 intervals where it's increasing, 1 where it's constant, 1 where it's decreasing. So let's start with the increasing. X, right? You all describe them in terms of x, yes. So for where it's increasing, we know it's increasing from negative infinity all the way to -5 first.
You use bracket for the constants?
I always use parentheses for these. It doesn't, if you use a bracket, I don't mind, but don't just leave them naked without anything, right? Make sure you put some kind of parentheses or bracket on. So increasing from negative infinity, where x is negative infinity all the way over here until x equals -5. And notice there's another one though. Second increasing from 1 to 4. So we say union 1 to 4. That's how we say that. If there's more than 1, you just put it a U, that upside down U, it stands for union. 1 to 4. Okay. Now we got decreasing.
4 to negative.
So it goes from 4 to what x value?
Oh, yes, 6. Or negative.
Negative. I mean, infinity. Just infinity.
Positive infinity. It's the x value, not the y value, remember. Okay. So it's 4 to positive infinity. It's the x value. We don't, it's decreasing. We know the y value is going down. We know it's going to negative infinity for sure. But over what x's is that happening? From 4 here to positive infinity. And then constant from -5 to 1 right there. -5 to 1. Or where 1 ends, the next one begins. You're not going to skip any numbers.
I don't know why I did that.
Cool. All right. Identify any maximums or maxima or minima. So
maximum.
There is a maximum.
And that's one's 4.
The maximum is that the peak of that little hilltop, right? So we have a max right here. So you have a maximum at 4, 4 is the location of it. There is no minimum. There is no min. Because there's no place where it bottoms out or hilltops down, or even, it could actually even ended right there. All 3 of those are technically potential minimums. But since we had none of those, no minimums. Okay. All right. F of -3. F of -3 here. What does that mean?
What is y?
Yeah, same thing as what D is basically, right? But when X is -3, what is Y? Well, X is -3 right here. Y value is -1, so still -1.
So
And the last one, the values of X for which F of X equals -2. The values of X for which F of X equals -2. That's kind of like the reverse of the last problem, right? That's saying if Y is -2, X equals what? Y is -2 right there.
5 point. -5.
-5.4 something. Again, if I asked you that on a test, it would not be ambiguous like that. Or if you did, then you could say that it's roughly -5.4.
I didn't see that question over there.
Yeah, no, it was covered up for y'all at first. All right, y'all. Hope this has been helpful.
I think that was a very successful class.
All right, well, hey, it's not over yet.
Oh.
Yeah.